All right, what's going on, speculators? Let's fire up the Futures Fanatic afternoon stream, the Power Hour here for Wednesday edition. It's Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Welcome to the stream. First one's in. You get bonus points if you put a 1 in the chat for picture and sound. Make sure everything's working okay. I think it should be. Just want to remind everybody that this presentation is for educational purposes only. I'm going to be doing a lot of trading in simulated brokerage accounts or simulated accounts, which should not be expected to be replicated in a live trading account. They're all hypothetical. You know the drill. We're trading prop accounts predominantly. Do have a few live trades on as well. Most of the trades, if almost all of them, will be placed in live accounts, if you will, in terms of the funded, And as you see from my little teaser today, I really am going to try to blow up 5 accounts. I don't think I'll be able to, but maybe if I get into some minis on the S&P fading the strength here, I can. Now, why would I do that? I'll get into it in a little bit. But the reason, let me get this out of the way, is that I don't want anyone telling me this isn't one of the best deals going on out there. So you see in the upper right-hand corner, I have an additional 15% off of Warriors. So Warriors are the evaluations over there at PropShop Trader. And many people have been asking for for lower activation fees, all-in costs or whatever. And what they're running right now on their website is 40% off, okay? But since I'm a special guy and you're watching this stream, and if you really want to find out about great deals in the future, please do download my ebook or get on Trading Room Trial or do something in which you'd be able to receive an email from me. But since you're here live, if you're watching this, these Warrior accounts are $71.55. That's all in, okay? All in. That includes your activation fee. But you have to use code TDG. So that's 15% better than what you'll find on the website. So value for coming in, learning how to do this the right way. Now, these particular accounts do not have every bell and whistle that I asked for. What was every bell and whistle that I asked for my community and for doing these things right? What I asked for was a deep discount, activation fee included, and then a renewal that was very, very low, like 29 or 39 bucks. They did not do that for this group, okay? So please pay attention to how math works. All right. If you are going to do these right and take it slow and take more than a month, you're going to repay that subscription fee that's $71.55. Okay. At that point, that costs you about the same as if you got a 90% off with a full activation fee. Right now, they don't have 90% off, but you could go over to Apex and get 80% off, or Legends and get 80% off, or you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. Now, if you decide to come into my room or watch my streams and learn how to do this properly, you can reasonably get through these programs without rushing in about a month. But what happens so many times is people get close to that subscription, they don't want to pay it again, they blow it up, all these kinds of things. But for some of you, this is an amazing, amazing deal. And I would highly recommend that you consider picking some up. If you already have 10 accounts at PropShop, you cannot add more. And that's the reason that I'm considering just blowing up some of the direct-to-funded. Why would anyone do that? You're full of shit. That's not true. Look, some of you might know. I only participate in these things for a small little write-off. I have other ways of doing write-offs, but I need some expenses against the hundreds of thousands of dollars that you guys pay me in affiliate commissions every month. Not you, not that are watching my stream, but bozos that trade minis, blow up accounts, reset accounts, do all these kinds of things. It's very profitable. I ain't going to lie. All right? But I don't promote them for that. I don't. I promote them because for those that do it right, $71.55 all in plus activation. You keep your costs low. You do this properly. In 2 or 3 months, you can cash flow this account. And by the way, I don't give a shit if they only pay you out 1 or 2 times or 3 times. Nor should you. Let's stop with this nonsense. Was it unfortunate that they backed off of some pretty aggressive original launch rules? Yeah, I think that's not great. They should have launched with 5 or 10 accounts. They should have launched with saying max amount of payments per demo account is maybe just 3. And the max you can take out is $1,000 in a $50,000 account. But guess what? It's even better than that. You can take out 3. You can take out $1,250. I don't know where else you can get a return on investment like $70 parlayed into $1,250, parlayed into $2,500, parlayed into $3,750. So anyway, I'm going to get on a rant on something else in a little bit, just because I'm fired up. Thank you for now we're up to almost 80 or 90 people that have joined our community. I think we found the sweet spot of what you deadbeats are willing to pay. Seems like it's 250 bucks. So we're going to roll with that maybe for a little while longer. But I wanted to start the stream by telling you again, that's that. And you can't get it anywhere else, maybe from a couple other large PropShop affiliates. But use my code TDG. It should take 55% off. You can buy a bigger account if you want, but $71.55 all in. I think that's one of the best deals out there. It'd be better than Tradeify, better than My Funded Futures, better than a few others. If you don't like Rhythmic, you don't like Tickblaze yet, you want to complain about something else, fine. Leave a comment down below. That's the interwebs. But instead of stop looking for excuses, start. It seems like there's other content creators where you people just eat up all their shit about specials that are going on and deals and rule changes and all this stuff. You love all this shit. So I'm not going to be doing all that shit, but when a good deal comes along, I'll let you know about it. All right, going into today, I'm involved in a couple trades. This is one of the accounts that I'm looking to blow up. I'm looking to blow up account 12, 13, 14, and 15. I'll see if I can blow them up because I am going to go in with my own money and buy 5 of these warrior accounts because I want 10 warrior accounts to do the wire-to-wire challenge. I did buy with my own money 10 of those direct funded accounts just to see how it kind of works out. And now it's screwed up my numerical things because it's G6 through G15. And now when I activate my warrior, it's not going to be G1. I wanted it to be G1. They can't fix that. Probably 1 out of 100 of you have any idea what I'm talking about, but I wanted it to be PA or Gladiator account number 1, and now they can't do that. So what I'm going to do is probably blow up 6 through 10, or maybe all of them, and then buy 5 of these, and then get back on the challenge. Okay? So that we can do it at the same pace. They've already paid out $1.4 million. That's mostly probably to people who are trading minis, going too fast, not doing it the right way. That's fine. And if you've grabbed some of that money, that's fantastic. If you're just joining the stream, I'm starting by talking mostly about this warrior sale where you can get 55% off and it's all in, including your activation. Do not buy it if you are not confident that you can get through it in a month, because otherwise you're going to have to pay a higher subscription fee than 80 or 90% off that you can find elsewhere. If you're confident you can do it in a month, then do it. Okay? They also have resets going on right now, which are stupid and insane. And I mean this, and hopefully I know the PropShop people will get back to them. I already emailed them about it. Do not offer $25 and whatever the hell they are. I think they're like $20 and $35 or $20 and $50 to reset a $250,000 account. If you offer that, you're going to create gamblers. You're going to create nonsense. And you guys are going to buy it. So you can buy one for $71.55, trade it like a donkey, and reset it for, I think, $25. No code necessary for that. And then try again. But your subscription fee is going to renew at $71.55. So the program that I'm going for and I'm pitching, and I hope they will do it, some other firms have done it like Futures Desk and elsewhere, is a all-in nice discounted rate. You cannot do better than $72. And then a renewal rate of like $29 or $39. Only if you don't blow it up. If you blow it up, then your renewal rate, there is no renewal rate. You're going to have to buy another account at the $71 or $72. The incentives should be towards not blowing the accounts up instead of easy access to gambling. Okay? And for all of those out there that love to say, well, they don't care and that's why they do it and it's all a scam, and okay, you can have whatever opinion you can have. But if you stick around with what I'm doing, you watch my stream, better yet, you join my trading community, we're going to trade not only these, but the 50 other funded accounts that I have from 12 other firms. We can do the same thing. You can do the same thing at TopStep. You can do the same thing at Bullinox. You can do by the way, let's look at Bullinox today. One trade at Bullinox today. Okay? At Bullinox, you can only have 3 master accounts at a time. So I usually have 2 for backup, not because I blow these up. I just have 2 for backup. I like 5. Copying across all of them, $174, 1 trade. And by the way, here is the way I would be peppering the book right now on the range trader. Okay, if you're trading too much and you don't have discipline and this yada yada yada. Now obviously these moves have already happened. We went all the way down to 44.65. I'm just going to crop these wicks a little bit, and I would feel very comfortable putting on those trades in a live account and just going to the gym or leaving or whatever. Maybe we get a little pop up to 44.428. Prior session high is always a level that you can short. 44.477 is overnight highs. You can hit that as well. And then all of these down here are levels that haven't been hit with the exception of cropping that wick. 44.108 comes from cropping the wick to looking left. You'd also have a long that you could take right here as well, which is prior session POC. You can always take a long at prior session POC. For those that say I don't teach enough and you need all this training and everything on the range trader, here you go. Prior session high, prior session lower levels, prior session POC. Just start there. After that, you can learn how to interpret volume profiles a little bit more. You'll develop some situational fluency, etc. So that's where I want to start my rant right now, and I'll try to timestamp this so my marketing social media guys can grab it from just this spot. Thank you to the 70 plus people that have signed up recently for 3 months of the ProTrading room for $249 plus all the bonuses that you get. I welcome you to the community. It's great to have you here. It's so good to be able to add new blood and life to what we're doing. But I wanted to take a moment, and if you're not yet a member, or if you just recently joined, because I'll be happy to provide refunds because many people came in without doing a trial, I want to talk about a little bit about what the Pro Trading Room and everything that I teach and train on, who it's for and who it's not for, that whole thing. I want to start with who it's not for, okay? Here's who it's not for. It is not for people that are not proficient on a computer. If you are not proficient on a computer, please don't buy anything from me. Please don't trade, okay? Now look, I'm double nickel. I'm getting up there. I'm already a boomer, and at any point I could lose my faculties, and with AI and everything else within 5 years from now, I might not be able to operate a computer either. But as of right now, today, I still understand how to push a mouse. I understand a little bit about how Windows works. I can operate a browser. If it doesn't work in one browser, I can try another browser. I can follow instructions. I can operate a computer. So if you are a little older or have trouble with computers and things, don't buy anything from me. Don't buy anything from anybody. Because there's a sense of entitlement sometimes when people pay $1 or $249 or $500. And they want like white glove customer support on how to do things on a computer. We're not going to do that for you. All right, we have a great community. They'll help you out in the Discord and stuff. But if you can't operate a computer, we're not for you. Okay? Number 2, those that are evaluation junkies. Like, you need to know everything about all the things that you get and to try them all out beforehand before spending a single dime to make sure it's for you. If that's the way you kind of approach the world, especially at a $249 price point for something for 90 days, then we're not for you either, okay? At some point, trading is about making decisions with incomplete information. Trading is about taking on certain amounts of risk, okay? So we've gotten a fair amount, like a lot, of this bullshit that I've been dealing with for 25, 30 years. How many signals? Show me the track record. Do I get access to everything? Can I try all the software? Do you help me set up your charts? That goes back a little bit to the stuff with being able to operate a computer. So I'm not selling a signal service. If you want to go buy a signal service or some sort of track record or whatever, invest your money in a hedge fund or a mutual fund that has 3, 5, 10-year returns. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is, I'll get to who this is for in a moment, we're developing a skill and situational fluency and understanding that markets are dynamic and understanding that any strategy, even if you understood every aspect about it, you have to recalibrate it in real time. That's how things actually work. So we are not for you if the way you evaluate things is how well my P&L is doing, or where the stops and targets are, or clearly being able to see every signal, or having somebody call out for you and spoon feed you trades. Not for you. Okay? If that's what you're looking for in a trade room or in anything, you should just give up right now. You really should. because you can buy into this fantasy and dream of people looking left and inventing nonsense about what happened in the past. So if I can give you one piece of advice, always trade the hard right edge, okay? And let me move this out of the way so you can see where an order is resting. Right here, I'll put one in right here. Okay, this is a line. You don't have to know shit about the line.
Order filled.
Okay. That's a line right there. It's +2. You can take a short there. Okay, I'm using micros. I don't care if it rips another 100 points. It wouldn't hurt me. But if it starts to really move higher, first of all, I really want to fill at 63.77 on the ES so I can blow up this account that I'm up $500 in today. All right, so if you have to evaluate every little possible thing of the trade room and you don't know how to operate a computer and you are not capable of following instructions that are provided by the platforms, this is another thing, okay? NinjaTrader, TradingView, Tickblaze, Addis, Sierra Charts, Quant Tower, whatever. We trade on all of them. You have to figure out how to use these platforms, okay? I've now distributed the Tickblaze Desktop to like 100 people, and I've gotten like 50 fucking emails about how to import a desktop on Tickblaze. Why do you email me first or us? Download the desktop, read the instructions. Okay, so here I'm going to come over here to Tickblaze. You go to menu, you go to tools, you go to import resource, and you import the desktop. If you have no idea how this works on a new platform, then come to help, show welcome video tutorial, show all these video tutorials. And if I'm speaking to you a little bit and you know you're one of these people that sent it in and I'm gaslighting you, then I'm sorry, but I'm telling you this, I need to come up with, we've never onboarded like 70 or 80 people at a time, and it's driving me crazy. So, sorry that you're here listening to this. I'm mostly trying to create content for a video that I'll send out afterwards. And that way people can go, well, this guy's an asshole, I want my money back. And if that's you, awesome, I'll give you your money back. Because if you can't come in and go menu, tools, import resource, well, then I can't find it. Okay, watch one of the videos afterwards. You go to desktops, recent desktops, and it will be right there. Okay, so come in and become a member of my group and you get access to all this, or don't. But take on some personal responsibility to learn how to use platforms yourself. Don't lean on anybody else for how to do things. Okay, so one more time, tools, import resource, and then you will have these two environments here that you see. I was going to be more calm, but literally right before I started this broadcast, I came back from the gym and I had like another, because my email's out there, rod@tradersdevgroup.com. I should never do that. Aren't I supposed to be the frickin' guru on a hill that's non-accessible? Now, I want to balance that with a lot of very supportive, cool things you guys send me around your trading journey and what you're doing and where you're from and how you're excited about doing this. So it's not all, but unfortunately, the vast majority of people, when they decide to send an email to somebody, they don't do any work or anything beforehand. So we're not for you if that's you. Okay. Whew. All right, there we go. Now, can I blow up any of these accounts? Well, I am short. I'm short a 2-lot in both of in the NASDAQ up here at the top, and they're definitely buying the NASI today with 35 minutes left. S&P is making a move too. The plus twos on the S&P are coming in at 63.81s. 63.81s. Over here, they're 63.84. What's the delta? What I would do is go ahead and refresh the chart and see if that catches up. Sometimes Tickblaze, the logic a little bit from VWAP is different. So what I do is just refresh the chart. Let's see if this 63.84 becomes 63.81. Yes, it did. So there you go. Now, you wouldn't know that if you're just using Tickblaze. If you're just using Tickblaze, what I suggest is that you kind of refresh the chart every 15 or 30 minutes, and you would be the same, or you could have another platform running and you could compare it to the other platform. Okay, let me just sell some more here. We're going to double donkey here.
Order filled.
Trying to blow these accounts up. See if we can blow them up with
order pending.
With micros.
Order filled.
It's going to be pretty
Position
hard.
Open. Order pending. Order pending.
There we go.
Order pending. Order modified.
Again, the way we really blow them up is by trading a mini, and that's what I'm trying to do over here. That'll be basically a new high by a few ticks there at 63.77. Okay, if you're just joining, you missed the rant, which is a bummer, but I did want to let everyone know. You can see in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, through August 12th, you can get a up to 10 Warrior accounts. Those are eval accounts at PropShop Trader. You don't have to use Tickblaze if you don't want. It's any rhythmic platform you can use, so you can trade it on Sierra Chart, on Motive Wave, on Addis, on Quant Tower, whatever rhythmic connection you want to use. You can even trade it on RTrader, so you don't have to use Tickblaze. If you want to learn a new platform like Tickblaze, you go to Tools, Help, and you watch some of the videos about how to use this platform. But $71.55 all in using code TDG. It's a better deal than you can get anywhere else. And if you're capable of passing these programs in less than 1 month, and you can do it without rushing, then that's a heck of a good deal. And I'll do what I can do to try to make that deal even better in the future, where I've asked for accounts that have nice deep discount to start, all in, including activation fee. And then if you do not pass during the first month, your renewal is very, very low, like 30 or 40 bucks. So you're not paying that activation fee as a subscription every month, right? Yes, I'm looking at some of the comments on my rants. Yes, I got to show my tax statements and my bank accounts. Tax statements, bank accounts, and the statements. Show me your statements. All right, come on up. All right, let's see what they want to do on the 230 Central candle. Generally, with moves like this, so for instance, we've been in, if you look at the S&P, we've been in this hugging the offer zone for most of the afternoon. So frequently that will lead to a touch of plus twos and maybe a move beyond it. What gets you a little bit of selling is randomness or a little bit of a tape bomb or something like that. But generally, the quote-unquote profit trading, or excuse me, profit taking, is not something you'll see until right near the end of the day, sometimes at the 10 till. I'm not a huge fan of projecting and trying to talk about price action when it's really meaningless and random. But 63.81 is a short. So we'll see if we can get 63.81 on the sell side. Jack Paint, does it include the activation fee? Yes. That's what all in is about. So with code TDG, $71.55, there is no activation fee. So that's it. When you pass, there's no activation fee. You just activate it. Take Profit has had those for a little while. My Funded Futures had them for a little while. Tradeify has had them for a little while. Perdia has had something like that. The Futures Desk has had something like that, and they do a great job where your renewal is only like $29. So comment about accept people cheapest account until you can be profitable. I mean, I agree. If you're not profitable, go find ones in which the activation fee is not a factor. Unfortunately, I love the fact that so many people complain about payout rules and payout rule changes and fees and costs and all these things when they haven't even got to the point where they're passing accounts and even in that world yet. So don't worry about it. But there are many of you that have been members of my group for a while that are still not at the stage in which you are passing prop programs in your sleep. So that's on you. I could pass a $50,000 one in front of everybody every month in 2 weeks if I just did one and if I just traded the Dow Jones. By the way, how about those Dow trades this morning, huh? Give me a Dow in the chat if you were long the Dow this morning.
Open.
Little long the Dow this morning. All right, there we go. Blow up city. Let's do it. Let's hit it here too.
Order pending. Order filled. Position open.
The
Order
real level is
modified.
way up here where I'm going to sell 2.
Order modified.
That should allow me to blow these up. Sell that.
Order pending.
Sell that. Trade minis.
Order filled. Position open.
Because with minis here, you can't take the heat all the way up to the +2s.
Order filled.
There we go.
Order filled.
There we go. I love this price action because it's difficult to sort of top these things out, seasonality, August, all these things. But I'm continuously adding a little bit of inventory on short calls. I did some 6400s today, just about 20 minutes before coming on the stream. I'm going to sell 23.5 in the NASDAQ if we get up there today, and I imagine we'll probably see 23.5s today, another 60 points or so. Come on, go up.
Order pending.
Kind of fun rooting for your demise. But if you're over here where we should be in the Dow Jones, look at it. Just a really nice day. Here were my levels down there. We never got hit
Order
again.
modified.
And I could cancel this. Already
Order
shorting the
canceled.
S&P and the NASDAQ a little bit. Have no interest in fading the Dow Jones into the close here. It just doesn't make sense. You could rest an order at 450, but I'd rather see people be long off of VWAP. Anyone long off of VWAP here? Nice longs off of VWAP. So I'm going to
Order
cancel this
canceled.
and not really mess with that. But in this particular account, you can see up $180 today just on the Dow Jones. If you're just joining, I am on purpose trying to blow up 5 direct funded accounts by being short the S&P, the full contract here in the offer zone, when the area to get short would be at the +2s, which is approaching 63.85s.
Order modified.
If you just traded the plus twos, even if you traded minis, once you have 50% ATR range, you should be even able to control that. Please don't do that, but I'm just telling you, if you trade the strategies, quote unquote, properly, there's no shorts in here on the S&P.
Order modified.
Got outside the bands, took heat. This is definitely a loss from any short there. Probably a loss. This is the first one that kind of worked out. Okay, right here. Now, a question I get asked is when this starts to happen, can you trend trade off of this line? You can. It's treacherous, and it doesn't happen often enough to walk forward, test it, and then all you need is one time in which it doesn't hold at all and it just rips lower, and then you're like, what the hell am I doing? You can buy pullbacks to VWAP, but this has been the kind of market we've been in recently, which is we're not really getting afternoon nice two-way action. This morning we had fantastic two-way action. Then they picked a direction. We've just kind of drifted up. But the New York session, the first 90 minutes or hour or so, more often than not, you will get a little either sleepy or two-way action that you can work off of. And then you'll find that markets will somewhat pick a direction. Uh-oh.
Order filled. Position closed.
Damn it, this thing's going in my favor. Come on, everybody, hit your demo buttons and buy the S&P so it goes higher. Okay, John, there's no problem with what I'm saying. Let's get this straight. I'm going to no longer be nice on some of these dumbass comments. The problem with what you say, people want to know if they work their asses off and spend time, so rules won't get changed to deny payout. There's never been a rule change regarding the nature of whether you qualify for a payout. Can we please get this straight? Changes were around the amount of payout that you can get and how many payouts you can get. No rule changes around what it takes to qualify to get a payout. Right? What are we talking about here, people? I take it kind of personally because I worked with them for a while. Did they do everything perfectly? No, but they have the only risk engine in existence in real time that tells you whether you're going to get a payout or not. There's no other firm that has a real-time risk engine that tells you if you're going to get a payout or not. I don't get it. There were no rule changes regarding whether you qualify to get paid. The rule changes were the amount of accounts you can have, the amount of profit that you need to eat into a drawdown. There's now a buffer. So what are you saying? And the consistency on Gladiators went from 40 to 30. I don't get it. Please, people, have your effing facts straight before you bug me with this bullshit. This stream's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. The reason I'm trying to blow up these accounts is because you can only have 10 accounts at PropShop, and I have 15. And I'm going to buy 5 of the Warriors and go through the same process that I'm doing with people in my room on the wire-to-wire challenge. Unfortunately, they've already screwed it up because when I pass my first 5 Warriors that I bought, they won't be activated as Gladiator 1, Gladiator 2, Gladiator 3, because when you buy direct to funded accounts, they start at whatever increment, which is a bummer because that's not how Apex and others did it. If you buy account number 1 at Apex and you activate it, it's PA number 1. It's not PA number 15 if you went through 15 evals. Someone saying they thought they all made sense. It's not about look. Everyone thinks that affiliates and people are apologetic to sort of protect their commissions and all those kinds of things. I truly do not care. Truly. What I'm trying to do is spread some knowledge and remove all this FUD and nonsense. Prop is a fantasy game, all of it. Total nonsense for the most part. Has no bearing in reality at all. Doesn't teach you how to properly manage risk, puts on too much size and leverage. You can argue with plenty of other things that you might not like about it. That being said, for $71.55, you're not supposed to use the G word because I can't guarantee anything. I can tell you, though, if you come do this the proper way, think about risk first, risk-adjusted returns. Should we just take this right here? We made our $62. Why not? Who cares?
Order modified.
That's not really a short.
Order
So
filled.
now do a short
Position
plus.
closed.
We'll leave the short where it's supposed to be. And here in this account here, I'll cover it as well.
Filled. Position
And I'll do a
closed.
2-lot up there.
Order modified.
Man, I had a great workout today, though. 225, 8 times, double nickel. I don't know what is it with like bench. Why is bench like the benchmark of anything? Pun intended. Like why is bench like the thing? I'm not sure. I don't have chicken legs either. I was pretty happy with that, man. I have a bad shoulder. Got a bad shoulder. By the way, the only two things that matter in trading are volatility and volume. The only two things that matter in life, and I know you could put family in there, right? Family. But before family, in order to show up for family, is money and health. That's it. Money and health. Learn how to have a positive, great relationship with your body and yourself, and learn how money works. And develop a skill in which you can produce infinite amounts of wealth for your family, for your family, or for you, or if you want to buy an AP or a Porsche or whatever makes you happy. Health and money. If you don't have those two things, all the other stuff becomes. Now look, some of you people come back with, I don't need money. I can live on a beach, and I can, money's not important. All right, Kerpas I got out of the S&P, and I do have a short on here that I'm going to cover.
Order filled.
One right there, and then hit this. Did anyone
Order
get short
pending.
from right here on the NASDAQ? I don't blame you if you didn't. So what we want to do is look at this angle too. The easiest thing to do is to start just looking at that angle of ascent. But I don't know how much more complicated you want to make trading than about 80% of the time. Not on the S&P, not on the NASDAQ, we didn't backtest the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ components kind of change, and now we're dealing with these trillion-dollar companies, 6 or 7 multi-trillion-dollar companies that are pushing the NASDAQ and the entire, that NVIDIA is now 7 or 8% of the entire S&P. So we didn't test this on the NASDAQ, but on the MES, 81% of price action is going to take place within 2 standard deviations. If you have 100% ATR or more within the trading session, the ATR being about 70 points right now on the MES, over 90% of price action will take place within two standard deviations of VWAP. I don't know what else you need to know. Then just start to, you can look at a higher time frame, decide whether, there's a level you want to be short here or not, or just put the order on the line and manage risk. Put the order on the line and manage risk. In this account right here,
Order filled.
I'll cover 2. Right here.
Order canceled.
Whoops.
Order pending.
Is anyone getting paid a little bit? $27.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
I'm taking a few off over on NinjaTrader.
Order filled.
Could have made a lot more money on that S&P short. I can't even cheat when I'm trying to cheat. All right, on this right here, we're down quite a bit. In this account right here, we're almost profitable, so I'm just going to buy market.
Order pending. Order modified. Order pending. Order modified.
So by the way, the ultimate target on a short here would be way down here. Anyone wonder why I'm not resting an order down there? Well, I'll tell you. Because there's something like a measured move, and you just sort of, that's not what the market's doing right now. We're not getting a lot of great, amazing volatility. Just measure this from here to here. Pick any one of these. This was one of the nicest moves we've had so far. So just take it on a measured move. See what I did? That's all I did. The reason we like brick wicks is because they give you more of this undulation and visual price patterns that you can work with. So there's a measured move. It's the last significant move right off of VWAP, off of +2s. And now you can do the same thing. Put your measured move there. If we go back up and fill 23,448.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, one more minute till we get our market on close orders. See if we can get a little spike here. I'm going to go. The other thing about money, health and money. Well, first of all, in this order, you have to have your health. You have to take very good care of yourself, do everything you can for your own personal health, because the money equation is going to be difficult if you struggle with your health, right? Now, I understand that the world can throw a lot of shit at you. And not everyone.
Position
there you go.
Closed.
Little move to the downside. You got to have your health. And then also, money is not only about family. It's about being able to help the world and take care of people. I put a couple $1,000 every month into something called Kiva. And then right now I'm getting back about $60 to $100 per day in those loans that I can just loan out again. I wait till it's up to about 1,000 and I loan it all out again. I'm not telling you that because I'm some sort of saint or anything like that. I definitely do not give away 10, 20% of... I ain't Warren Buffett. I ain't Bill Gates. All right. 26. Interesting. See if the...
filled.
So over here in 12, I also have still a little bit on. So I'm going to cover
Order
there
filled.
and sell back up here.
Order pending.
Let's say that the NASDAQ had just ripped higher instead of coming off the plus twos. Hit the close button. Control your risk. You're anywhere in here, you're in at pretty good levels. No matter what, anywhere in the offer zone, you should be able to control risk. You need to understand how to take graceful exits, add where you can relative to your risk budget. If you're short anywhere in here and you're adding at the touches of plus two within your risk budget, again, first of all, you shouldn't be trading the NASDAQ, but if you are, only trade micros and manage it accordingly. And by the way, if you're just doing the Dow, I mean, look at this Dow here. You can draw in a little, where is it? Created an offer zone, didn't I? There we go, offer zone. See, another thing about the brick wicks that are kind of cool is that, and these are, I use that term brick wick because we invented the term. These are modified Renkos that are bricks and wicks, and you can control the offset. I love these little 13-period swings, so you can just sort of come in here and draw a little offer zone right there, even before you get to this level right here. So you can just sort of make
Order
it up
pending.
and put in an order there and there. The other order could be down here. You can look left to these swing levels here. I don't know why at 44,263 there was some support here today, but who cares? Buy that and buy
Order
this.
pending.
I'm just teaching you the strategy in real time. And eventually, again, there'll be other overlays or filters or frameworks that you start to use to understand this, but it does not have to get any more complicated than what you're seeing. Just put orders around. Put orders away from price, believe in the power of mean reversion because you're in high probability areas, and learn how to manage risk. Okay? I'm not looking for any liquidity pools or it's so funny how many people I hear this terminology that's come about. It's just hilarious. There was a reverse ham sandwich corgi fart right here. Liquidity flush. All right, I hate to tell you guys, I'm not going to be able to blow these accounts up, not even close. I don't have a chance. I'm going to give myself a chance. I'm going to buy, with 5 minutes left, I'm going to buy the Dow, I'm buy the
Order
S&P here.
filled. Position open.
I'll buy against the the plus ones. This ought to help me screw this up. Let's do it again.
Order filled.
This is not an order. It's not a
Position
place
open.
that you would buy. It's a place some of you might buy.
Order modified.
Damn it, I hope it works out or doesn't work out. Let's buy the actual line right here. Okay,
Order
minis.
pending.
We never trade minis. By the way, hold that a little bit. That would have been a $400 trade. All right.
Order filled. 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 Order filled.
I'm just closing some.
Order filled. Order filled. Order
As you can hear, I'm closing some stuff over on Ninja. Oh, did it pop a little bit there? Oh no. All right, we have 5 minutes left, so I will go back through and read some
Order
questions.
filled. Position open.
All right, let's just see. Can I trade PropShop with NinjaTrader? You can, but you'd have to stitch some things together using a copier. I wouldn't recommend it. So, no. Use Tickblaze or use any other Rhythmic platform except for Ninja. Ninja's a closed system now. Can't do it. What is an AP? It's a watch. No, you need money. That's true. You do need money. Try to make as much as you can. It's just energy. I go short on the MNQ waiting for this thing to come down. Okay, cool. I hope that worked out. Question on the angle, the Rankos versus minute chart. There is a difference. Completely different. Rankos are tick charts, minute charts are minute charts. The visual price pattern is going to look different. So if we look on, here's the S&P right here. This is another account that I'm trying to blow up, account number 15, but damn thing's coming in my favor. But here, I'll help it out over here. Die. So yeah, visual price patterns and everything are going to be different there. Even just losing less some days really adds up at the end. That's all that matters. Just suck less, lose less. That's all that matters. It really does, gang. Just lose less. Learn how to lose less. Learn how to always abide by your daily risk budget. 32.
Order filled.
Let me take you over here real quick, just to what's going on over here. So these are 15 PAs over here, and I don't know, maybe I got lucky. There was a reason for this, but I frickin' top ticked this trade right here. Okay, so short from there. I had a 2-lot on, so it's not fair. The entire trade is not that profitable, but pretty close. See if it can come back up. And it can very often. Oftentimes it does this.
Order submitted.
So I'm just going to rest orders to re-enter.
Order submitted.
Was I on the right screen? Yeah, there's Ninja over there, okay? Another day of solid green ass on Ninja. On trade of 8, 15 accounts. So I'll get to that in just a second because I saw questions about what you can do. Even just losing less, we already covered that. Tickblaze really needs to fix the VWAP lines. They're not that bad. They're not that far off. Just hit the refresh button, but I agree. There's a laundry list of 100 things that we're working on, I'm working on. Dow is easy with the TDG framework. The Corgi farts is magic. I agree. Do you always trade the stay in your lane strategy for prop trading? Is the TET style? So if you saw it, Neil's asking about TET trade every turn. There were some people that were offended by the TET offensive, so I removed the word offensive. Just TET. Apologize if I offended you wallflowers. We threw a party at my fraternity at UCLA called Run to the Border or something like that. And we had the Mexican American Student Association, and this is in frickin' 1988, before we could call it woke. And they got all pissy about us throwing a party called Run to the Border, which I will tell you, at the time, there was a huge company called Taco Bell that had a little chihuahua that said, Yo quiero Taco Bell and Run to the Border. It was all running at the same time. So you can run to the border when there's Mexican food involved, but you can't throw a party. Got a little ugly, I got to tell you. We may or may not have gotten drunk and thrown tortillas at the protesters. All right. Hey, by the way, if that's offensive to you, probably not good that you join my community. All right. So the trade every turn is not really something that we're using anymore. I did it in the Futures Fanatic Foundation course as a way to get familiar with these. But if you're doing any trading every turn here, it's Chop City, right? So just use the lines. It's better. Can I trade PropShop with previous rules? I don't know what that means. Which copy do you use to copy Take Profit Trader and PropShop together? I don't. If you're using Take Profit, I would recommend that you only are using Trade of 8. That way you can do everything on Ninja. You can copy everything on Ninja. One more minute. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, that's right. We banned I know the world that we live in now, right, huh? Uh-oh. All right, this is going to help. Come on. Suck it, S&P. Leave a little dent. You know what I could do is I could buy another one. Let's do that. Let's buy another one. Right into the
filled.
close. Sure, some of you guys do this, so let's buy another one.
Order filled.
Let's keep buying them. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe that's what I should do. I should come in every day and try to blow up an account, and you could just fade, do the exact opposite of what I do. You'd be getting short right here, which would be an aggressive short. I would not be getting short right here. This is a no trade kind of thing. I'm probably going to get flagged too because I'm short the MES while I'm long the ES. They're going to flag me, baby. Get flagged and flogged. All right. I'm going to flatten everything. All right.
Order filled.
All right. I want to make sure I know working orders over on. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. So back to this over here. We'll hang out for another 4 or 5 minutes. I'll answer questions, and we'll see if I can get this S&P to collapse and F up my accounts. All right, let's see here. Can you explain what your program is about? Do you share your screen with all trades? Can't say I share my screen with all trades because I'm jumping around between a lot of different instruments, getting involved in a lot of different things. But it's not entirely different than what you're seeing right now. The only thing that would be different is I would come over and have some trading view on the screen sometimes. I'll show Ninja from time to time or trade just, oh, damn it.
Order filled.
Dude, killing it. S&P long. S&P long for the win. I'm break even right here. Sell the
Order
ask.
filled.
Oh. All right. So Mass R7X, the best thing to do is to check out a trial. Go over to my website and hit the trial. Go to the trial. Uh-oh. Hit the trial.
Order filled.
Uh-oh. What is going on here? Trying to connect to oh, there we go.
Order filled.
All right, we're back down again now on the S&P.
Order filled. Position closed.
I'm going to close it in those two and just hold this one last one. Maybe we can mess this one up. All right, that'll be it for the stream for today. Remember, if you can't operate a computer, if you need your handheld, if you're not into working for yourself and figuring things out, I might not be the right guy to be your fearless leader. If you're Gen X or later, you dig a little sarcasm, you take personal responsibility, you can kind of follow a framework. You stick to something, ask questions within the community, not questions about how to import a workspace or a desktop, then we might be for you. Link down below. You can join the trade room for 3 months for $249. Please don't do it if you think you're the type of person, like if you buy a pair of shoes, or if you return like 9 out of every 10 things that you buy, then probably not for you either. And if you're interested in a very good deal, all in, including activation fee for a PropShop account, you can use code TDG, and it is better than anything you can get on the website. The website shows 40% off. You can get 55% off. That's $71.55. $71.55. And pretty soon, I will be able to have some of you folks that might want to promote PropShop along with me as sub-affiliates, and you can give away my ebook. You do have to be a member of my community to do this. So to be a sub-affiliate, you have to believe in what I'm talking about, believe in this approach, believe that you can help people spread the word about the right ways to do these things, so that there's no more complaining about small incremental changes or even what you might perceive as big changes at any particular firm. You should not care about the drawdown rules and all these things in any of these firms. Just do these programs properly, and you can just cash flow the heck out of them. Okay? So what I was trying to do was blow up my accounts G6 through G15 today. I didn't do a very good job. I truly am going to blow them up or figure out if they can just remove them, because I want to just have 10 warrior accounts that we can do together. Here's my Kerpos right here to end the session. I'm short the MNQ, short the MNQ, short the MES, long the ES right here, and short 2 MES in all these accounts that I'm trying to blow up. There's about $1,500 worth of drawdown left in them, so I'm going to have to do a lot better to blow them up. All right. Any other questions today? Tickblaze can be a little laggy still. Oh, damn it. Look at this. What are you doing?
Order modified. Order filled.
Our longs are working out. That's all the selling they could do. The MNQ VWAP bands can be very different from the NQ VWAP bands. Yeah, because they're different instruments. So, yeah, the difference is just math, Neil. So the question is, the MNQ VWAP bands can be very different from the NQ VWAP bands. I wouldn't say very different. You might have 20, 25 point spread differential between the two. Sometimes a little more if there's more range. But why is that? Does anyone want to answer why ES and MES or NQ and MNQ, when the price is the same, why the VWAP bands would be different? Let's see. Let's stick around. There's a 20-second delay between when I say things and you guys hear them. So I'll just wait. One line as to why an NQ and an MNQ VWAP and then the bands associated with VWAP would be different or could be different. I'll give you a hint. The MNQ trades 5 times or 4 times the volume of the NQ. Yeah, there you go. There's more and different volume on the MNQ, right? Does anyone know what it is on a daily basis? It looks something like this generally. MNQ today has traded 1,337,000 cars. The NQ has traded 507,000 cars. Why would the volume weighted average price be different? Fucking Neil's probably going, shit, I'm not asking any questions anymore, this asshole. I'm snarky today. All right. So Jack's asking if renewals stay at 71.55. They do. So might not be for everybody if it's going to take you a little longer. Look for a 80 or 90% off sale somewhere, or a very, very cheap account, and take your time. That way it just sort of, Or you can be a bozo and it's $71.55, and if you blow it up, you can rush and pay $25 and try again, and pay $25 again and try again. Now your cost is like $130, and if you can manage to pass it on that second reset within the 30 days, you're golden. Now your cost was $130 all in. All right. Do you only start stay in your lane when the daily range is greater than 50% of 70 ATR? It's just a framework. So, John, the question is, do you only start the stay in your lane when the daily range is greater than 50% of the 70 ATR? It's just a framework. If you're struggling, or you seem to be in a little too early, or you can't quite tell the difference between when you can start campaigning in the plus ones or minus ones, then it's a good rule of thumb to wait. If you're going to do that and wait for at least 50% ATR, we didn't have it on Tuesday. We had it today, so you could start going right away. It's just a framework. It's something to consider. I can't. Here's the thing. These are great questions, and my answer is always going to be it depends, and it's a situational fluency thing. So what's great, John, is that you're aware of that as a component to consider. There's no right or wrong answer to when to wait or when not to wait. Some traders are best served by sitting out the first 10 to 15 minutes of the New York Cash Open no matter what's going on. There's just a little bit too much randomness and movement for them to comfortably handle. You do have to learn as a trader to learn how to become uncomfortably comfortable, if that makes sense. And at some point, you'll get into a Zen flow state. You really whether you're trading 50 lots in the treasury markets like I do, or what I do in front of you guys, 2 or 3 micros in demo accounts. You will essentially not care about the outcome. You will be indifferent to it, because you will have seen it so many times and you will have managed it so many times that it won't matter. Okay, I don't know how long you can keep these accounts open here, these trades. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and close all of them.
Order filled.
And then I'm going to go to
Position
orders,
closed.
and I'm going to cancel all my orders.
Order canceled.
And then we're done over there. And we didn't blow anything up, but maybe we'll try again tomorrow. All right, somebody's mixing what we're doing with the 15-minute orb, which is a breakout strategy that some of you guys like, which is cool. I got to like those breakout strategies. They're very easy to teach. They're impossible to backtest in a meaningful way. Some of you guys will understand why. But, you should be able to backtest that. You just rise the highs and lows, and then you could backtest it if you had like fixed stops and targets. So if the 15 minutes range was X and it broke out or broke down or whatever, you got a signal, and then it's always the stop seems to be above or below the range for that. Some people do it a little differently. The problem is it's hard to backtest optimize stuff like that. Hey, I ain't slighting it. Look, if you can figure out something and do it and it's working out for you, it's awesome. I need to be more like that guy, the guy that has pink hair, some kind of big guy with pink hair. Hope he's doing okay in his prop stuff. If it's working. Yes, the TDG applies to all in for all warrior accounts. For all sizes. I was just giving you the price for the 50,000. Applies to all sizes. So it's 55% off, and that is the all-in price. As long as you don't blow it up. Well, actually, no, that's not true. You can blow it up and reset it, and that's your all-in price. God, I hate that. I hate that. There should be no resets. You should have to pay full price to get back in. Okay. We're keeping the questions going, but I'm about to end this. Forward test and manage risk. One deviation is -1. Life is good. Correct. One deviation is called -1 to the downside. Two deviations is -2. We just use that as our, and the opposite on the other side. And you can use 1 or 1.28. We use both. I use 1.28 on TradingView, and because I trade with a 15-minute candle. The candle does not matter. The candle doesn't matter, but I use 1.28 and 2, and then on Ninja and Tickblaze I use 1 and 2. So that will be a slight difference between, and as I often say, we want the data to be accurate. You want to all be looking at the same thing. I get it, but just dance with the girl that you brought to the date. Like, if you did not refresh your, let's do a quick little test right here. Like, this says 63.86, right? 63.86. If I didn't refresh it and that's where I was resting the order, I would be fine. Even if maybe, let's refresh the chart. 63.86. I have no idea if this is going to change. I don't think it will. There hasn't been a lot of movement. It is. It did change, huh? 63.83, 63.84. So it was erring in your favor. If you rest an order at 86, you're not going to get a fill. If you rest an order at 84, maybe you would get a fill. All right. No, I get commission on resets. I think I do. I'm not sure. I did at Apex. I did it a few other places. There was one day in, I'm going to mess this up. It's either 21 or 22. It's like three years ago or something, when I made at Apex like $17,000 in a day at 20% commission on thousands of traders doing multiple resets in the same day. There were traders for a long time that would, some traders would reset their accounts 5 times a day, 10 times a day. You guys are taking advantage of addictive personalities. No. Maybe we should have a hotline. Prop Gamblers Anonymous hotline. All right. I think that's it in terms of the engagement here. Check the description down below for how you get to the PropShop link. Check the description down below for how you can join our group for $249. It's a fantastic deal. That's 3 months, 90 days. Let me help you get your shit together in 90 days. Get access to the trade room. You get access to the members Discord. You get the extreme turn indicator for Tickblaze. You get the extreme turn indicator for NinjaTrader. You get the extreme turn indicator for NinjaTrader. I didn't even go through what that is today, but it's basically this thing right here. Let me make sure I'm on the right chart. Yeah, this thing right here that sometimes, but not always, seems to find some turning points in the market. Let's look at it on the Dow yesterday. That's the Dow right there. So we had one fire right here too as a top in the NASDAQ. This one worked out pretty nicely. This one did not. This one found a bottom, right here. Little undercut, but whatever. There's an extreme turn sell right there. Got you done. So this is a strategy in and of itself, man. I don't even have to teach you about +1, -1, range, volume, volatility, whatever. The extreme turn is simply just ADX and RSI as a hybrid indicator. Just looks for when momentum starts to wane and when RSI is overbought, oversold. It's pretty simple. Just plots it on the chart for you to see potential turning points. You can use it in stocks on 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. It's fucking awesome. Literally made millions with that indicator. I don't sell it though. Just get it if you join my community, and you get it forever. All right. I go live on YouTube Tuesday through Thursday. Today was definitely a little different. It was the last guy that sent me that email right before I got on the stream. He put me over the top. He put me over the top. Tuesday through Thursday, noon to 1 o'clock. Also today we did our first trade lab in a little while. It's Wednesdays at 11 Central, so basically 1 hour before I broadcast here. And it was fantastic. A lot of people were there, and it's a great way for new members to get acclimated without having to deal with my bullshit or my attitude, because it's run by Brad, who is a much kinder, gentler man than me. Good old Southern boy who will reply to emails in a respectful manner, who will answer questions and hold your hand. So you got that too. We got great support staff here. So you know you don't have to deal with me gaslighting your comments. All right, everybody, stay green, trade like you mean it. We will see you at the stream tomorrow, or as some new members. One last thing, I do not have any bonuses or specials, but the first 3 guys they were all guys that signed up yesterday. I sent your information over. If you're listening today, thank you very much for becoming a member and for acting quickly and all that good stuff. And you will get a coupon for a Gladiator account, directive-funded Gladiator account. Please treat it with respect and don't blow it up. And tell me about how that day that you spent $249 found me and parlayed it into thousands of income per month. That would be a great case study. All right. Thanks, everybody. Stay green, trade like me, and we'll see you later. Be good. Bye.